Welcome, everyone, for the second time today. I'm glad to see everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Um, small crowd today. Okay. I guess I'm not as important as the president. I'm just kidding. No, I get it. It's fine. And there's a bunch of other people live too right now, so that are subscribed to me as well. So um, I understand. I get it, man. I get it. No, it's okay. Um, I am very happy to see everyone here. And yeah, but we do have some very, very sad news. When this case first broke, I talked about it last year. Um, and we hadn't had any developments in the case until now. And I am referring to Orrin and Orson West. And uh, their their adoptive dad has been charged with their murder. Um, Trezell West. And actually, you know what I want to do? Uh, I want to see if I can get, because I want to play that. Here we go. All right. Ancestry made it really easy to learn. Let me go ahead and catch you guys up a little bit. For those of you who don't know this case, um, I'm just going to read the article today. Uh, So, a stunning development has occurred in the case of missing California City brothers Orrin and Orson West, with murder charges filed Tuesday against Trezell West, their adoptive father. Trezell West was not listed in custody as of 5 p.m. He's charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of willful cruelty to a child, and falsely reporting an emergency. Orrin 4 and 3-year-old Orson were reported last seen December 21st, 2020. Playing outside the home where they lived with the adopted parents, Trezell and Jacqueline West. Trezell West said he had been gathering firewood and briefly went back inside. When he came out, the boys were gone, he said. They were reported missing to the California City Police Department that day. The department searched the home and brought the Wests in for questioning. Police Chief John Walker told the media in late December 2020 that foul play was suspected. So even back then, they suspected foul play. But nothing was found while searching the home. He said he didn't believe they wandered into the desert because a thorough search aided by a helicopter with infrared took place covering a 5-mile perimeter. Now, we're talking about the desert. It's not like, Rogersville, where there's just woods everywhere that make it way more difficult. The desert's just an open area. So, I mean, they would have found him out there. And since it was December in Texas, it would have gotten really cold that night. So they wouldn't have gotten far if they were wandering. Also, it was only 30 degrees. This is kind of what I was just saying. Also, it was only 30 degrees Fahrenheit that night. Walker said the cold would have slowed the children. Through the support of several local businesses and organizations, more than $100,000 in reward money was offered to anyone with information that led to the discovery of the boys. In early March of last year, the Bakersfield Police Department took over as the lead agency in the investigation from the Cal City Police Department. The FBI and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children were also involved. By June, the BPD said 44 search warrants had been served. 83 people interviewed, and 170 items seized. Police did not elaborate on what was seized. Police said 16 mass area searches had been conducted at that point, and investigators had searched 3 locations outside the state and followed up on more than 200 tips. Data was extracted from cellular and electronic devices and seized items forensically examined. All family members connected to the boys were interviewed. The boys' biological father, Charles Pettis, has filed a lawsuit against Kern County. This is going to sound familiar, folks. The boy's biological father, Charles Pettis, has filed a lawsuit against Kern County, alleging officials were negligent in taking the boys from their birth parents and placing them in the custody of the West family. Okay? This is an ongoing problem, people. Pettis told 17 News in December he couldn't understand how the boys went missing after the county took them from him, supposedly for safekeeping. I don't want my kids to be deceased. I want them to come back, he said at the time. My kids is all I got. After my parents pass, it's just me and my kids. So I'm going to play back, because I know a lot of you are new to this case. I'm going to play back the press conference that these parents held, the adoptive parents. The father, the gentleman here, well, I use that term loosely, being the one that's charged right now and in custody. Now, mind you guys, this is, December 2020. Doesn't seem like it was that long ago. Crazy. And this is really, really sad because there's an overwhelming amount lately of bad news on these missing kids. And it's really, really sad, and it can really, really get to you because I really wanted those boys to be okay. I really, really, truly did. I wanted those boys to be okay. I was just texting with Annie from 10 to Life. She's a wreck about it. Poor she's in Mexico, and it's her last day there, thank goodness, because I felt so bad. I texted her the information, and then she voice messaged me back. She's practically in tears, and she's like super upset because there's that, and then there's the whole Serenity thing, and it's a lot. It's a lot when you're one of these creators that actually really care. Even though let's face it, everybody suspected these parents of something, especially the adoptive dad. Everybody suspected, and we're going to see why. Now, again, none of us are body language experts, but you could tell there's just a vibe, man, that they're just not being honest, and it's really, really disturbing. But yeah, so this is a very, very sad day. And then after this, we're going to take a bit of a deeper dive into the comments made by Sheriff Ronnie Lawson regarding the Summer Wells case. That was news to me, and I didn't have a whole lot of time to go over it. But I did some thinking and I did some digging a little bit, and there has been slight developments in that since. So we're going to go over that as soon as we're finished with this. Now, this gentleman on the right is Trezell. His wife's name or girlfriend's name is escaping me. I haven't talked about this case since I played this press conference the last time, which was when it took place, when it happened. So, um, so it's going to be interesting for those of you who are not familiar with this. So again, the the male here is who is charged with the murder, and it's second degree murder. Um, so and the cruelty to a child. Those charges to me are interesting because if I had to speculate and guess, I'd say he beat them. He beat them to the point to where they died, and then tried to cover it up. And somehow they have some sort of, I don't know if they got a confession from him. I don't know if they have some sort of admission via electronics that they seized and forensically checked. I don't know. Um, I don't know what evidence they have, but those are pretty specific charges. So I would assume they have something pretty solid.
I want to thank everyone in the community for all the support we've seen. We've felt so helpless, and seeing everybody out here really looking and helping out really means a lot.
So tell us what happened the night that kids went
Okay.
From our yard.
Now, let me point something out real quick. People who think they're body language experts and they're like, "Oh my God, he's got his he's crossing his arms, because he's defensive and blah blah blah." You got to understand, it's December, dude. There's no leaves on those trees, man. Like, it's cold, and he's out there without a jacket, so that doesn't really mean anything. Everybody totally judged these people. Well, not everybody. There were people who judged based on how they look and how they're carrying themselves and how they talk. Whereas there were others who suspected them based on what law enforcement was saying, because they did say that they suspected foul play from the beginning. And they are extremely defensive. You'll see they make little weird little they have little tells. And I'm not talking about body language, but they have little tells.
It was cold. I was gonna make a fire. So a lot of wood in this area right here next to our house. I open up the back gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea that our youngest two go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. Do not let them go on the dirt in the backyard. Keep them close. So I was playing with chalk, and I came in the house. I saw them there. I went in the house. I came back out. I didn't see them there. I immediately went back in, asked my wife, "Did you see the boys?" She said, "No, they should be outside playing with chalk." I said, "Well, I didn't see them." So I came back outside and I started searching my backyard. I searched the whole thing. I realized that I left the gate open and I panicked, came inside the house.
See, he searched the whole backyard. I mean, how big is their backyard? You know what I mean? Based on the way these houses look in this neighborhood, I'd say the backyard is probably pretty limited. Search the whole backyard. What does that mean? You know what I mean? I would think that you did, buddy.
The house, me and my wife. Once that hadn't panned out, I got in the van. I looked down the street, both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold, and I got in the van and I hit a bunch of corners. I went down this street. I turned my light on. I searched. I called their names. Talked to a gentleman on the street on the other side over there. He didn't see me. So then I came home and I told my wife we need to call the cops.
So what this guy did was he just went a block, basically. He says he got in his van and he went like a block, asked somebody, "Hey, you seen him?" Like, if I'm that parent, I'm knocking on every door. I'm sorry to disturb you. I apologize, but my little boy's missing. I can't find him. My little boys are missing. I can't find them. And please, if you've seen anything, just, give me a call on my cell phone, or I live right there in that house. I would easily be knocking on every door. I would be in a panic. As a matter of fact, I actually forgot to tell you guys this story. Just a couple of weeks ago, okay? I'm outside of, hold on, I just got a weird email. Let me see something. I don't know who that is. Oh, I got it. Okay. These are the charges for Trezell. Thank you for sending me that, Darlene. So just a couple of weeks ago, I was in the parking lot of my complex, and there was a lady, a young woman, must have been in her late 20s, early 30s, and she had a little boy, couldn't have been more than 2 years old. She was carrying him. He was very calm, he was cool, and she asks me if this was my little boy, and I was like, no. And she's like, well, I just saw him just wandering around, like way up there where the dumpster is, right? And I'm like, holy shit. So of course my wheels start to turn, because I do so much of this shit, and I watch all this shit, and so my wheels start to turn a little bit, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, did you go to the office? She's like, yeah, I just left the office, let them know. And she's like, but I don't see anybody anywhere. Nobody said anything to the office. So I'm just going to take him back home, give him some junk food, watch some cartoons, and I was like, I mean, okay, if I hear anything, and I made sure to, I made sure to have her tell me when, to have her tell me, what apartment she lived in, so I knew where to go if I heard or saw anything. Because at this point, I'm on radar. I'm like, I can't believe there's just some kid wandering around. And then as soon as she left, went into her building, some dude was frantic, going, oh my God, oh my God. And he didn't ask me if I'd seen a little boy. He was going straight for the office. So I'm being critical, and I'm just like, hey, man, because I'm already saying, like, why didn't this guy ask me if I'd seen a little boy? You know what I mean? Because like I said, we've seen so much of this shit. And he goes, and I go, hey, man, are you missing a little boy? He goes, yeah. And I was like, go to the office. This lady, she has him. Because I don't want to be the one to give this lady's information. I was like, she gave her information to the office, so you go to the office. And and so he was like, okay. And he went into the office, and issue was resolved immediately, as far as I knew. I let it go there. At least I saw that his dad was looking for him, so it wasn't some crazy case of abandonment or anything like that. Maybe a little neglect, but and I'm being kind when I say a little neglect. I'm just being fair, because I don't know what the situation is. I don't know the guy. I don't know. So what's up, Annie? Let me see. What did you say earlier? Yeah, it's tough, Annie. It's tough, man.
It's getting dark and I need help. We gotta get going. So I called the cops. Cops came. First thing they did was tell us to stay in the house so they can get a hold of us. And they had us just sitting there, and we wanted to keep searching. But everybody came out in
Why
droves.
couldn't you
And I wanted to thank you guys.
see? Look at this dude. Now he's love bombing. Acting like he's winning an award, right, for Father of the Year. But okay, the police said to stay in the house. But here's the thing. Whenever there's a unit of two parents, 99% of the time, the dad is like, okay, you stay here by the phone, honey, and I'll go look for the boys. I can't just sit here. My boys are out there. They could be scared. They could be hurt. I need to be able to be out there looking. And this guy never did that, you know? I mean, only one of them needs to stay by the phone. They got cell phones too, right? You know what I mean? Like,
at night, but we couldn't go outside.
The cops told us the best are out here.
The best are out here searching, and we appreciate it. And nobody ever could tell. We could never talk to anybody, and that was the issue.
now that makes me
I just
wonder
want to thank
because if they did tell them both to stay put, right? If they did tell them both to stay put, and we just read that they suspected foul play pretty much from the start. I'm wondering, I'm speculating right now whether or not law enforcement had spoken to them, found something terribly wrong with their story, and then was like, we don't want them running. We don't want them out there tampering with anything either. We want them to stay put, and we'll look for these boys because something's not right with what these people are saying. So that's what I'm thinking.
everybody.
We really want to
And
thank you guys.
please, if anybody
Wow.
has seen them, please call. Let somebody know.
It called
I
the
mean,
cops.
look at the emotion. Look at the emotion. Yeah, and I know everybody deals with grief differently and blah blah blah, but these people are not grieving in the slightest bit at all. At all.
Call California's the city police department. Call them and let them know what you've seen if you see anything. Our boys, they
It's so chilling when now we know that he feels perfectly comfortable saying that because he knows nobody's going to see anything. He knows exactly what happened and what he did. He knows.
they are going to be rambunctious. Okay.
What?
They are going to be here.
Wait, what? What does rambunctiousness have anything to do with that? Is he like throwing shade at his kids right now? Because that's what it sounds like. Sounds like he's throwing shade at his kids, to try to make excuses as to anything that happened to him. What does that mean? Why would they be why does it matter if they're going to be rambunctious? I mean, they're little kids. They're 3 and 2, I think. Was it 4 and 3? I can't remember. It was a long time ago that I covered this, guys. I do apologize. Right. Yeah, you could be doing that as well. They're rambunctious. They have minds of their own. So that's, keep that in mind. We didn't do nothing. 4 and 3. Thank you.
In this area. And I really would like to go in the houses, but it's not because I want to invade people's privacy. I just want to know.
Why didn't you knock on any
Sure.
doors
Make
then?
sure. That's it.
But why didn't you knock on any doors when you were supposedly searching for them? Like, as soon as you realized they were missing, as soon as you realized that you could not find them, that you did not know where they were, you had no knowledge as to their whereabouts. As soon as that happened, I would have been knocking on doors because every minute that passes is worse than the last as far as them being found safely. Almost every toddler is rambunctious. I don't think I want to know a toddler that isn't rambunctious and active. Dude, when I was visiting my brothers for Thanksgiving, man, like He has three small kids. Um, one of them is not so small anymore, but she's not even a preteen yet. And they were on my back the entire time. And it was great. I had a ball, man. I had a blast, you know? They were on my back the whole time. But it was you know what I mean? Like it's because that's kids, man. It's what they do. If you got that in your life, man, you're blessed. You know what I mean? Like like that's not something that I would use to describe one particular kid or two particular kids. I would take that they're rambunctious and active uh immediately. You know, that's like saying, listen, they're short people. So if you see them, you know, since they're 4 and 3, they're short in stature.
Because I don't. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. If you got any questions.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say, this is the first time we're hearing from you guys, and I can't imagine what you guys are going through. I can't even fathom it. Um, for you guys, for people who are thinking that there's some kind of foul play involved, we just spoke to the biological mother. She says she had a conversation with you guys.
And I love how this interviewer is buttering them up because he totally suspects them.
And that she thinks there's some kind of foul play involved. That she thinks you guys did something.
And that's understandable.
What's your response to that?
That's understandable. I would think the same thing.
Yep.
Why would you
That's
think the
exactly
same thing?
the point, and we can find out.
Why would you think the same thing? My response would be, that's ridiculous. You know, I can understand her having strong feelings right now, but the thought that I could ever do anything to these children is not even possible. So, like, why is this dude? And you saw how the camera zoomed right in on his face, right? That's the press going, this dude we think is shady as hell.
Find our babies, then guess what? That's no. And that's all I want is to find our babies. That's it. And I talked to her this morning, and I really wanted to tell her that I am completely sorry because we were entrusted with her children, and they came to us, and they became our children. We named them, and they are our children, and so we want them back.
Dude. Can you imagine how pissed off that biological mother was having to listen to that? Can you imagine how angry, how disgusted she must have felt? We named them. Like as if he's having a pissing contest with the natural parents. Another red flag.
So please, if y'all could get back on your what you guys are doing, we should be able to get a hold of somebody. But they took all of our tech, so they wanted to, I guess, just rule us out, which makes sense. That's part of the investigation. So that's pretty much it.
Have you guys, you talked to the police all last night.
Yes.
Um, what, so you guys willfully gave them your
Everything.
technology,
Yes,
the car.
yes.
Did they get it? How did they get a search warrant? Did you
I
guys?
I,
Oh, no
I don't see
idea.
why they got one, but they got one. We
Yeah,
would
they
have let them
didn't
take
need one,
anything.
but
We would have let them take everything. We let them come in and search with us. We asked them to come do that.
What did they take?
Wow.
Just tech, and that's it. Like our phones.
So you asked law enforcement to aid in your search. You asked the professionals to aid in your search. Okay.
From the house, though, did they?
No, they do not.
Oh well, I guess should I answer that or
Answer it to us, yes.
okay? So into the okay, and I guess I don't even know.
I see. Yeah, we seriously felt like we needed to be out here. We did. Again, we were told the best are out here looking already. just to stay put, they have more questions. There was literally a cop with us the whole time in
And
there.
he had sitting down. We would ask, can we go help? They had to sit
Said
down.
nope.
He said, no, we got the best out there.
So
We
it's
need you
not.
guys here in case we have more
I don't want you guys
questions.
thinking
We
we
don't.
didn't try. We actually
We
looked
tried.
before we called the
We looked,
police.
yes.
Wow. So they're very defensive. Now, understandably, they were asked a direct question about foul play and whether or not they were involved. So, it's understandable that they would be defensive after having a question asked to them like that, but still extremely defensive.
Imagine the mind-boggling part is the search for information. What happened? Where are they?
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And
And just so we are able to present the information correctly, at what time did you guys notice your kids went missing, and at what time were they reported missing to the police?
it's about, I believe, I think it was about 4:30 going on 5. It was getting dark, like I said, 5-ish. But it's about it. That's when everything played out.
And then when did you guys call the police to report them missing?
Yeah.
I don't,
After we searched,
yeah,
He looked for 6 minutes, people. He looked for 6 minutes.
a little bit around here, it was dark, so we definitely we got worried.
Would you say it was maybe within an hour, a couple hours?
I
no, it was
honestly,
within
I don't
minutes
know.
of us getting finished with our search.
Okay.
It was within minutes.
What do you guys want people at home to understand about this situation? For them, even speaking about what you guys are feeling is difficult. What do you want them at home to understand about this whole situation?
We're going through it. It's difficult. I mean, everybody's making their own their own conclusions. They don't know anything. We're not sure like everything. We're not sure.
Okay, so just so you guys know, this person, the male of the couple here, Trezell West, has been arrested and charged with second-degree murder, unnecessary cruelty to a child, or something to that effect. Actually, I have it right here. Let me do this. Oh, I can't do that. Never mind. I'm not going to be able to pull it up here because I haven't set my other email in my Google thing on my new computer. So, but I will read it off to you in a second here, as soon as I can find it. So charges are two counts of murder in the second degree. 2 counts of murder in the second degree, 2 counts of willful cruelty to child, and false report of an emergency. And I would imagine that being when they called 911 and said, "Oh my God, my kids are missing." When this douchebag, based on that charge, I think they know for a fact at this point that this dude absolutely was lying when he called 911. So
we said what we knew, and if anybody has seen them or anything, please call the police department.
Would you be willing to provide pictures?
well, they might not be able to prove anything just yet, Danielle Baker, because that's actually a great comment. Why hasn't the adopted mom been arrested yet? Because she must have known something, or if not, everything of what he did and where the boys are at, right? Yeah, I mean, likely so, based on her behavior here, because she seems to be backing him up 150%. She seems to be, for lack of a better term, his partner in crime. So this is totally what it seems like. And they probably just don't have enough proof of that to charge her yet. Like, this interview is not proof of that. You know what I mean? We just don't know. They have to be able to prove her knowledge of something.
Do you have any?
They, I have older.
I would imagine she'll be charged soon. I would imagine. I would think.
Pictures. All my newest were on my phone.
Okay.
A lot of people are speaking of this as, after the math past tense. I want to talk about your kids in present tense. What kind of boys are these? Tell us about the boys.
Very playful, very rambunctious, and they do love to wrestle. They do love to kind of get rough with each
They're
other.
kids.
They're kids.
That's your answer? I mean, what about their favorite color? What about their favorite superhero? What about their favorite TV show? What about their favorite toys? What about how loving and caring they might be? What about how thoughtful both of them or one of them might be? Another one being a little bit more selfish, but just being kids. I mean, I don't know these things. I'm just throwing out examples of what a parent who is worried to death about where their child is would be thinking and would be saying in order to answer that question. I don't know anything about these kids, but what I'm saying is, why is his go-to that they just like to wrestle? I don't know two brothers that don't like to wrestle at that age. I've never heard of two brothers that didn't like to wrestle at that age. So why are you pointing that out? So they're every other 3 and 4 year old on the planet? That's what they are?
Of course, they would love to go out, but so during the pandemic, we wasn't trying to go, out here.
That's not what he
So-
asked you. That's not what you were asked. What does that have to do with what is them wanting to go out? Again, this answering this question, they are his answer is being defensive. He is being defensive in how he delivers this answer when there was no reason to be defensive. He simply asked, tell us about your kids in the present tense right now. What were they like? What are they like? Tell us what they're like.
We stay inside.
Yes.
Yes, we did. We searched before we called the cops. That's what we
Yeah.
were saying.
What time did they come up missing?
They came missing right before it got dark. And then we call. I searched.
See these spectators on the side here, these people are family. Some of them are actually family. I think even maybe the biological mom is out here too. And what's going on here is they're absolutely suspected that nobody's buying their bullshit right now. Right. Well, that's because you're not a shitbag, Cherry. That's because you actually care.
That property. I even drove around this neighborhood right here. I even talked to a gentleman on that side, one of those streets over there. I said, "Did you see some little black kids?" And that way looking for them. That's the way I was gonna come. But when I came back home, I decided to call the cops because it was dark. They couldn't have got away that fast.
But you had your light though.
Why did it take two people to go in the house and leave two kids out here by themselves? It should have been one parent going in and one parent right here watching.
Exactly. Okay, so what she's saying is they shouldn't have been alone in the first place. One parent should have been watching them, the other one doing whatever you need to do. So, but this dude, he just told us that he had a light to go, to look for them in the dark. But his excuse for not looking anymore was that it got dark. Now, remember, it's December. It gets dark relatively early, depending on what part of the country you're in. But in that part of the country, it still gets dark relatively early. We're talking like 6. So 6 o'clock, people are sitting down, maybe having dinner, just getting home from work. And if that's the case, what I'm doing is I'm knocking on doors. Hey, when you were driving home, did you just get off work? When you were driving home, did you happen to see two little boys? Yes, they're trying to cover for bruises, that they like to wrestle and they like to be rambunctious. I agree, Cherry. I absolutely agree. I believe it's Texas. It's Cal City. Pretty sure it's Texas. I don't know where Cal City is. Oh no, it's in California. Sorry about that. It's in California. I'm sorry about that. Where did I get Texas from? I guess there's just too many fucking cases. Again, man, I haven't talked about this case in like a year, and over a year. So I apologize for having these brain farts when it came to the case. So really sorry about that.
Two parents going in the house
Oh,
and leaving
so
two little kids out here by themselves for 10 minutes.
no, they were in the backyard, and the
So
back
how did
gate
they
was
get
open.
out the backyard?
And the back gate was open.
So
and
I
was getting
believe
wood
that's
from this lot.
I believe that's the biological mom right now grilling them. And he's just getting defensive. You see the look that he has at her? I'd be hanging my head in shame going, I'm so sorry. You're right. I should have been watching these kids.
Being unresponsible, left the gate open, left some little kids outside with the gate open.
All right. Sorry, you guys were talking about your boys who you're, I understand.
You hear people in the
For a
background, that
mother,
doesn't make any
a
sense.
mother's intuition. I know you were saying, and we'll get your names after this, but you were saying how you feel like they're in this area. Do you feel the same way? And what is the intuition? What is the sense you get? What do you think happened to your boys? Do you think someone took them? Do you think they're lost? Do you think
Yeah,
there may-
definitely. I definitely know they're not walking around. They're not that kind. They do not just roam around. You know, these patches. They definitely, I think definitely would have been picked up or something.
That was my assumption.
Have they ever taken off of the yard
Nope.
before?
No,
Nope.
They've never taken off.
no.
It's so sad. It's so sad. I mean, as thin of a silver lining as it is, there's a step forward to some closure, some answers. But it's tragic doesn't even begin to describe that. And it's infuriating. It's absolutely infuriating. It's so sad. But at least they seem to have gotten some answers. At least it seems as though, I mean, at least they are holding someone accountable and they are charged. And with what they are charged with, or what he is charged with, it sounds like they've got some pretty specific evidence. And they're pretty confident. They're obviously, if they have them charged with these things, they feel confident that they can prosecute them on these things. So, all right. So moving on. Earlier today, you guys know I've been covering Summer Wells case since it started, and I haven't really talked about the case itself because there haven't been any developments made public until today. And this development is very, very confusing, and you're going to find out why in just a moment. So earlier, Sheriff Ronnie Lawson was interviewed and quoted in saying, we heard him say that right now the Wells are not being cooperative and they have attorneys now. This is what he said.
Day 2 and a planned search for missing 6-year-old Summer Wells is now over.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said teams scaled previously identified points of interest in Hawkins County. The agency says much of the area where Summer disappeared requires extra time to search thoroughly. They say it's extremely steep and dangerous. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniels spoke with Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, the lead investigator in the case.
Yeah, Ansley, the sheriff told you today that Summer's family now currently is not cooperating with law enforcement?
That's exactly right, Josh and Sarah. He also told me that the family has attorneys. Now, he did tell me that he didn't want to speak any further on the matter, but I did have the chance to speak with Summer Wells' mother and grandmother at the home where she disappeared earlier today. And her grandmother told me that she wanted to address the sheriff's comments about them not cooperating, as well as whether or not they have an attorney. And this was the first time that we have spoken with her on camera since her granddaughter went missing.
Mr. Lawson stated that Candace and the whole family is lawyered up. I can't speak for Donnie, and I know Candace hasn't because she's told me she hasn't, and I have not. If law enforcement wants to talk to me, TBI wants to talk to me, they have my phone number. They know when I leave the state. They know when I'm here.
Summer Wells' grandmother, Candace Hare, says she hasn't spoken with law enforcement since December 13th.
They have not contacted me since the YouTubers were down here in the driveway, and we asked them about trespassing.
Summer's grandma was with her granddaughter all day on June 15th, the day she disappeared. She walked me through what they did that day and said she and Summer were repotting cactus plants outside of her camper, and then
Summer come in and had a piece of peppermint, which is her favorite, and then she went in. She said, "Mama, I want to go play with the boys." Candy walked her back to the house, and she asked the boys to keep an eye on her, and that's the last time I seen her.
As the 9-month mark of when her granddaughter was reported missing approaches, she says the social media and online rumors have to stop.
If they want to help, that's great. But if they want to spread lies, that's a different story. Because that's all they're doing now is spreading lies. They're reaching and trying to figure out what lie can we spread now. And I'm tired of it.
I wish this lady would have spoke up months ago. And I respect her for not doing so. I mean, I respect that. Don't worry. Cherry, he's gone. I don't have patience for that shit tonight. So what I find interesting, because I've been thinking about this a lot today, that all of a sudden, after 8.5 months, after law enforcement has already said that they have been cooperative, after they have passed polygraph tests and were willing to take them without asking for an attorney, all of a sudden they're not cooperating? Doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense, because Candace was just on here. You know, I mean, these people are always willing to talk to anybody. So you're going to tell me that their willingness to talk to YouTubers, they're not going to be willing to talk to law enforcement? Now, there's all kinds of reasons why that may have taken place. It could be that Candace is tired of saying the same things over and over and over again and answering the same questions over and over and over again. And then she said, you know what? I'm just going to get an attorney. If you have any questions, ask them. I've told you everything that I possibly could to help you find my daughter. Because I'm sure that she has. So just some loose speculation here. Maybe it's possible. Maybe it's possible that Candace has gotten while Don is in jail, because we also heard Sheriff Lawson say we haven't even spoken to Don. That no conversation with Don or anyone else prompted this new search effort. Right? So, and he said, we haven't even spoken to Don since he's been in jail. He said that. So, I mean, that right there, this whole theory that these idiot channels are doing, by the way, Cherry's been dropping links in chat. I'll explain that a little bit more. But because, yeah, we're going to get into them too. We're going to get into those idiots. So, is it possible that Candace decided on her own while Don is in jail to actually take some legal action against the boobs on the ground people for all the harassment and all the damage that they've caused? I mean, but we're about to find out that that's not the case. Because I thought about that earlier too. And maybe she hired a civil attorney, and then the civil attorney was like, I wouldn't say shit about anything anymore. How many times have you talked to the cops? If I were you, I wouldn't talk to the cops anymore. You've already given them everything. But a civil attorney is different than a criminal attorney, so that probably wouldn't have taken place. But he would have at least said, you know, stay the hell off YouTube. Stay the hell off social media. You know, I believe a civil attorney would do that. Would advise Candace and Don, don't even get on YouTube anymore. Don't say a word. From here on out, I'm going to take care of everything.
Now, Summer's mother, Candace Bly, did not want to go on camera. However, she did write this statement for us on my notepad. You see it right there on your screen as well.
Okay, so listen carefully, people. This is Candace's statement in response to Sheriff Lawson's interview today.
Well, it says, I've never stopped talking to law enforcement. No, I have not lawyered up. I don't understand why this is being said. I can't speak for Dawn, and we are willing to do whatever to bring our daughter Summer home. Thanks for all the searchers. Now, she also did not.
Now, that right there is the exact opposite of what Sheriff Lawson said today. Why would she go on the news and say that? I mean, she didn't actually go on the news, but she told a reporter, a quote, I won't go on camera, but I will give you a statement. So, I mean, the news isn't going to just make that up. They're not going to sit here and stir up a bunch of drama. That's something Critical K would do. That's not what a professional mainstream media source would do. So I don't know what's going on with Sheriff Lawson. I don't know why he would say that. Very strange.
Want to address her new YouTube channel, Dr. Phil, or anything other than the comments by the sheriff made earlier today. However,
see, she wouldn't. I mean, why would she make a statement to the news absolutely denying it if it was true? Now, another question is, why would Sheriff Lawson say that if it wasn't true, right? Let's explore that for a second. Let's speculate on that just a little bit. What if they're deciding to use social media as a tool to put more pressure on them? To get these idiots to talk more and get louder, right? But see, I'm going to cancel that theory right now, because he was also quoted in saying how social media and irresponsible speculation has absolutely hindered their investigation. He was quoted in saying that it has absolutely made things more difficult for investigators. So why would he try to stir the pot and make it worse? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't think he's trying to get anybody to turn on him, Cherry. I honestly don't believe that. I think that would be, I mean, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think that's absolutely irresponsible. Because I mean, think about it. All the good YouTubers, the ones with heart, we're only sticking to facts. And those of us that are sticking to the facts are the people saying we're the people that are advocating against their harassment, right? So why would he try to get more people to speculate if it's hindering their investigation? Why would he get people to turn on them, like get people like me or Cracking Cases or Benny, to turn on them? Why would he do that? And get more people to stir the pot and muddy the waters that much more? It doesn't make sense. So I don't think that he has some sort of strategy behind that. There's no strategy that I can imagine as to why he would do that. Right. So that's what I'm saying. There are a lot of bad YouTubers. I know there's a lot of bad YouTubers, but why would he try to make the good ones bad? As I explained, the good ones are the ones that are sticking to the facts and not doing irresponsible speculation. It's the harassers that are doing the irresponsible speculation. Well, it's seen as fact by people who aren't thinking critically like we are right now. Because you've got Candace denying it, and you've got Candace's mom going on camera for the first time in 8.5 months since this case happened, since Summer went missing. This is the first time she's done an on-camera interview. So she must feel like this is pretty serious. Yeah, I'm going to speak up, but I'm going to say, no, this is not happening. It's that why would they say that? That doesn't make sense as to why they would say that.
However, she and her mother, Summer's grandmother, wanted me to reiterate how thankful they were for the searchers who are still out looking for Summer, as well as law enforcement for still keeping this investigation open and fresh. Live in Beach Creek, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
Ansley, thank you. March 15th will mark 9 months since family members say they last saw Summer in the Beach Creek community at their home. The TBI statewide Amber Alert for Summer remains active tonight. They're waiting for calls with credible information to 1-800-TBI-FIND.
No, allowed toddler. I don't think that Grandis is calling out Lawson. I didn't get any type of the only hostility that I sensed from her was towards the people that had disrupted her life. That's the only even remote hostility I got from her interview there. Well, she was like, people just keep spreading lies, and I'm sick and tired of it, she said. And I don't blame her for feeling that way. Let's see. Tina Coley, I have no respect for this sheriff. Sounds like he wants to CYA for this failed investigation. Just blame YouTube for this failure. I want to hear from TBI. Yeah, good point. I mean, but I don't necessarily agree. I don't know if that's the case. I don't think that we have enough information to make that assumption just yet. He's still, I mean, whether we like it or not, folks, we're going to have to wrap our brains around the fact that Sheriff Lawson is in charge of the investigation, and he is vital to Summer being found. There's nobody else, you know. TBI is assisting. FBI is assisting. He's the man. So, for the sake of Summer, I feel like the right thing to do is just to continue to have faith in this guy. I'm sure there's got to be some logical explanation as to why he did that. Because that was either grossly irresponsible or he simply misspoke. She already did, and we're going to go over it. She already did, and we're going to go over it. All right. Apologize in advance, guys, because this is not clipped, but it is a short video. It's only like 10 minutes. There are clips out there, but we're just going to go over this whole thing. Now, real quick, before I go over this, I want to show you guys something. For those of you who missed my live this morning, or this afternoon, I should say, I want to show you guys a little something here. All right. So notice the links that Cherry is dropping in chat right now. I'm going to explain those right now. This right here, as you can see, so Cherry and I decided to do a thing. And I decided we're going to make t-shirts because Molly Golightly claims to be an advocate for missing and exploited children. But yet she hasn't done jack shit except throw a very inappropriate birthday party style fundraiser. And it was disgusting. But throw something very, very inappropriate. But she did do a fundraiser in her chat for the Center for Missing and Exploited Kids. So I know she won't mind us doing this in her name too. So I made this t-shirt and it's going to be on mugs. We haven't gotten the mugs or anything yet, but you can get it. You can get it in a hoodie. You can get it, sweater. And as you can see, it's her mug shot. And it says, "Don't be a dumpy dump." All right. And all profits from that. Now, obviously, Teespring has to take their cut, but all the profits that are made from this are going to be donated to the Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Now, Man Beater Betty, she is always talking about her official coffee club mug, right? I have a better one for you. Okay. This one is the official coffee, the official uh the official Beater Bunch. That's who that is. All 6 of those are different mug shots of one of the 40 or 6 of the 42 times that Andrew's been arrested for either domestic violence or a DUI. So this way you can drink responsibly at home through this little mug here, and you'll be donating because all of the profits will go to A Joyful Life. And A Joyful Life is a charity for domestic violence victims and domestic violence survivors. So, since she claims to be an advocate for domestic violence survivors, since she claims to be an advocate for domestic violence survivors, and MGL thinks that she is a no, and it's not just the mugs too. Now let me show you guys. It's also on t-shirts, sweaters. You got this neck gaiter here, right here, bro. Look at this, dude. Like, as I was saying earlier today, this thing, just the sight of it is going to scare COVID off. You know what I mean? So this is your best defense against COVID, people, right here, besides a vaccine or whatever. I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying as far as face masking goes, this is going to be your best line of defense, because COVID's going to take one look at this thing and run. All right? That's what's going to happen. You can't go wrong with this, okay? You can't go wrong, people. All right? I mean, we got all of this stuff, dude. We got the t-shirts, we got the t-shirts, and we got the sweaters. We even got the little fupa hoodies, so your fupa can stick out. You know what I mean? See the fupa hoodie? So that, if you got a slut gut, it can hang out the bottom of that. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It's all good. Yeah. So since they claim to be advocates and yet they lie about being advocates, I just proved them to not be liars. So I just wanted to share that stuff with you. Cherry has got the links for these in the chat. Okay. And what we're going to do is at some point, I mean, whenever it pays out, I figured the easiest thing to do, I was going to say, email me, we'll send you a receipt, because I don't really know what the cut is of this stuff. Spivey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Absolutely respect for your channel. Thank you. That means a lot. So I don't really know, you know what I mean? I don't know what the what the difference is as far as the profit and what Teespring takes or whatever. But what I will do is, I think it pays out like once a month or something to that effect. Whenever it pays out, I'll show a screenshot, or I'll post it in community or something, and we'll show a screenshot of that, and I'll also show a receipt of the same amount being donated to these charities. Okay. Very important. So now, congratulations. I just want to, can we get some hearts in the chat? We did this earlier today, but I want to do it again tonight. I want some hearts in the chat for Molly Golightly and Bullhorn Betty for being these advocates and being this beautiful merch. And we're going to make more merch too. We're going to make more designs, and we're going to absolutely and totally, these are heroes, people. These are heroes. These are heroes, because now they get to really fight for victims, whether they like it or not. Whether you like it or not, you're advocating for victims now. But much love to you. We all love you in the chat. You see that? Look at all the love you're getting. You're getting all kinds of love, ladies. You're getting all kinds of love. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. All right. Yeah, Trailer Park Betty. Yeah. Oh man. Guys, there's a reason why they call me the troll. Troll level expert. All right. Let's get back to this. Let's get a gander at what this steer here has to say.
Sorry about that.
All right, I got to make her smaller because, like I said, y'all, I'm just way prettier.
Thing out of my camera. There we go. We're gonna wait for a couple people to get on. While I'm doing that, I'm just gonna get the banners going. So as many of you heard, I don't have a lot of time. I'm in the process of uploading a video as we speak right now. I'm in the process of uploading a video that basically, hey, everybody, hey, that's basically saying, you know, we're removing this veil of these parents are innocent, and they have removed that themselves today. They have removed that veil of innocence today.
Okay, that's not what happened at all. That's not what happened at all. Because did they place him under arrest? Were they charged with anything? No, stupid. I don't think so.
So Ronnie Lawson finally came out and said two things. One, the Wells parents are no longer cooperating. Summer Wells parents are not cooperating with law enforcement.
He said right now, and that they have attorneys. Okay, right now they're not. Those were his words.
They have been telling us from day one they've been cooperating with law enforcement, and law enforcement has kept their.
They have been. They have been, because the spokeswoman for the TBI spoke up and said how cooperative they have been, that they have been extremely cooperative, were her words.
Lips so tight
or very
on this
cooperative.
case,
I can't remember.
right?
One of the two.
And then we find out today that not only have they not been cooperating with law enforcement, but now that this case is finally heating up, something happened yesterday. Something happened. I don't know what. You know, did they find something? Again.
So here's an example. Another example, and Burnt Toast talked about this yesterday. This is an example of her talking completely out of her ass. Completely out of her ass. This is a perfect example of that, because when we went over this stuff, okay, I went over it earlier today. I should have went over this too. I just didn't have the time, but we're doing it now. So as a matter of fact, let me pull that up. Let me go ahead and do that for those of you who didn't see it. All right. So actually, I'm going to play this first and come back to this. Sorry about the ads.
Have new money goals this year? NerdWallet can help make them happen. Like getting auto insurance to match your new 0-mile commute. We have tools for that. Want to refinance?
All right, so I don't have ad blockers. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, for the next 15 seconds. Yeah, so we're about to hear the actual interview with Sheriff Lawson, and then we're going to break down Betty's bullshit.
And all those other people, are they still cooperating?
No, they're not cooperating right now. They have attorneys.
And is the family still cooperating? I know you said obviously the daughter's there, but like the mother and all those other people, are they still cooperating?
No, they're not cooperating right now. They have attorneys.
Is there anything else on that front you wanted to say or speak about?
Not right now.
Zebra shoes are the easiest shoes to put on. Just slip your feet right in. Our shoes are created with a collapsible heel that bends down as you step in and snaps right back up once your foot is inside. They are also made with a soft bedding so your feet feel like you're walking on clouds throughout the day. Let our shoes bend down so you don't have to.
Compare credit cards to find one that earns you cash back on jerseys that fuel the fandom. Compare and find.
All right. So he just said they're not cooperating right now. They have attorneys. And Candace and Grandis are both absolutely and totally denying this.
Nothing came up with conversations with him, and Don Wells has been.
Now this is important. This is what Blowhard was just talking about right now. Okay, she said something happened. Something happened yesterday.
In jail for a few. Nothing came up with conversations with him in the jail that led you guys back out here.
No, absolutely not. He's not even been talked to about the case.
He's not even been talked to about the case. All right. Let's see.
It's literally so easy to shop in Macari. I'm just going to type in Squishmallows into the search bar. The entire homepage is just...
On the first few months, it was pretty bad, but I think it's got now where we don't pay any attention to it whatsoever. I mean, it's just a waste of our time. But
okay, he's talking about social media and irresponsible speculation.
Occasionally, we get something we want to really check into, but people out of state, they really don't know what we're doing. And I assure you that we have given 100% effort. I mean, we, TBI,
and I believe
FBI,
him. I believe him.
We give 100% effort on this case. No stones left unturned, and we're not done yet.
All right. Now, let me read some of the quotes here. Okay. Right under this one, he says he stressed again. Okay. Sheriff Lawson stressed again that social media speculation hindered the investigation from the beginning, steering investigators off course as they followed every lead in an effort to bring Summer home. And then he followed up with what he just said here. In the first few months, it was pretty bad, but I think it's gotten now to where we don't even pay attention to it whatsoever. But think about that. Think of the effect that it has. Because now they got to try to discern what's speculation and what isn't. You know what I mean? Like, they have to follow up on every tip. So people with their stupid speculations, like, have taken manpower. Oh. Okay. Guys, remember when interesting. Guys, remember when I said that the wife, Jacqueline Gabrielle West, it'd be just a matter of time before they arrested her? Well, she's been arrested, it looks like. From what I was just sent here, it's a screenshot. Display in custody inmate. Date of birth 12/06/1989. Central receiving facility. No bail. And she was arrested at 8:06 p.m. And I believe they're in Pacific time. So that just happened 20 minutes ago. She was just arrested like 20 minutes ago. So, yep. There it is right there. All right. So some good news there. Thank you for sending me that. Cherry's amazing. Now back to Summer Wells. It didn't list the charges. Those haven't been released yet, but I'm sure that we'll get those very, very soon. Hopefully before this live stream ends. But yeah, so you're taking away from manpower, man. You know, you're thinning out the resources when they have to follow up on every tip, man. No matter how ridiculous it sounds. No, I didn't read the rest of the message. The hell? What? How is that okay? All right, that doesn't make sense. If he's in custody, that doesn't make sense, Cherry. I don't know if I want to share that yet. I'm gonna have to wait till I get a little more info. All right. All right. So yeah. So let's go back into this boob. And break down what she's saying here.
It's all about speculation. But Summer Wells' parents have now officially lawyered up. They are
okay. It's not official. It's not official because they're denying it. So it's not official.
Not cooperating with law enforcement. I doubt they've been very cooperative with law enforcement.
Then why did the spokeswoman for the TBI said that they were being very cooperative 8.5 months ago? Why have they gone on every YouTube channel and every news media source and given the same story over and over and over and over again? I'd say that if they're being cooperative with fucking YouTubers, they're probably being cooperative with law enforcement. Just saying.
But who knows? They may have had the illusion until things started getting heated up. For those that are wondering, I am parked. So I'm not driving while I'm conducting this short live. This is going to be very, very short. But this is to remove this misconception and misinformation that are peddled by a lot of people that these.
You're the only one spreading misinformation. You are still the only one spreading misinformation. Because I even gave you the benefit of the doubt today when I spoke, and somebody in my chat was saying, "Okay, well, Betty's on some bullshit that the Wells have lawyered up, right?" And I was like, "What?" So I clicked on this and I was like, let's check this out for a second. And then I started Googling it. And then I was like, sure enough, look, I mean, it's true. Sheriff Lawson fucking said it. Okay. Right. And I gave her the benefit of the doubt. But what she failed to do was actually read the article. What she failed to do was actually listen to the rest of what Sheriff Lawson was saying. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, hold on. What is this? Right, okay. Yeah, I figured as much. Thank you, Cherry. Yeah, somebody tried to say that I guess there was a rumor that Trezell was dead in a van. But I was like, how's that possible if he's in custody? That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it turns out it's just a bullshit rumor. And then there's the Kern County Sheriff. This doesn't have his charges either. It's just that display in custody inmate, and Chazelle Phillip West, 924.86, and no bail. Yep. So yeah, they were both arrested. Apparently, I guess they were just booked right now. This thing just doesn't have their charges. Anyways. Yeah, so I gave Betty the benefit of the doubt, and sure enough, she does the same thing. I bet she didn't even read the article or anything. She probably just saw the headline and then was like, I'm going live right now, without any details or any information, because this is her talking about this situation as though she has no fucking idea about it. God. Okay, now the charges. Oh, okay. Which one is she? Here are the charges. Okay. So, okay. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth from the West thing because I'm getting updates as I'm talking about bullshit over here. So the wife, Jacqueline, her charges, felony charges, 2 felony charges, 1 misdemeanor, felony murder, murder in the second degree, felony charge of willful cruelty to a child, new effect as of 4/12, and a misdemeanor of false report of emergency. So, looks like she's charged with the same exact thing that he is. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. So they're both complicit. So that interview, we're watching them both just being guilty as shit. But yeah, so this is good news. Considering this horrible tragedy, this is good news. So I trust that the Kern County Sheriff's Department is going to seek out and execute swift justice. No. I mean, if I'm speculating as to what happened, sounds like, many of the other cases that we've covered here, and it's just abuse that became grave, that became deadly, and yeah, awful. But their charges are not that of child abuse, though. Well, yeah, willful cruelty to a child, sure. That's specific abuse. Willful cruelty to a child. I mean, I could only imagine what the specifics of that is. And I know it's going to make everybody's stomach turn once we get there, but all right, let's continue with this moron.
Wells' parents have been cooperating.
They
have not.
They have
Finally.
been. Let's hear that idiot one more time.
Up for those that are wondering, I am parked.
Gives a shit, lady.
I am parked, so I'm not driving while I'm conducting this short live. This is going to be very, very short.
Then get to it, man.
This is to remove this misconception and misinformation that are peddled by a lot of people that these Wells parents have been cooperating. Okay.
Okay. Again, right there. Right there. Like, that is projection if I've ever seen it in my life. This woman is completely and totally fucked in the head. Like, she just is. I don't even know how else to put it anymore. She's absolutely fucked in the head. Because if she had done any fucking research on this case, who the fuck doesn't listen to law enforcement press conferences when they're covering a case? Because if she'd listened to the law enforcement press conferences, she'd know that every time they said that our information came from law enforcement. Where's your fucking information coming from? Because our information came from law enforcement. I heard a spokesperson from the TBI, and I heard Ronnie Lawson say that the Wells have been extremely cooperative, or at least very cooperative. We've seen them be cooperative. They've been cooperative with the fucking people that don't even have any fucking authority at all. The most unqualified fucking idiots they've been cooperative with. They went on fucking Dr. Phil, for fuck's sake. Like, how stupid is this lady?
They have not. Finally, silence has broken. Ronnie Lawson has came out and said that they're not cooperating with law enforcement.
God, this idiot makes my brain hurt, bro. Like, this idiot makes my brain hurt. She's sitting here and she's saying, finally, the silence is broken. Like, no, it's not that anybody was sitting here assuming that they were being cooperative. No, that's not what happened. We've been seeing evidence of them being cooperative. We heard law enforcement say that they were being cooperative. So what are you talking about? Finally, the shades have been raised. Finally, the truth finally comes out. As though, like, law enforcement didn't say that shit more than once.
Enforcement, and they have now officially lawyered up. This does not sound like
Not official.
Conduct of innocent people looking to find their children. But again, this has been.
Actually, it does. Because as soon as it happens, I understand that. I understand people saying that's not a good look. But a lot of people are saying, I wish they would have lawyered up a long time ago. And I feel that way too, honestly. I wish they would have lawyered up a long time ago, because a lawyer would be telling them, don't get on social media. Stay off YouTube channels. Stop it. A lawyer would have absolutely done that. Like, oh, CK would fucking mop the floor with this fucking idiot. Yeah, that's not even a question, dude. That's not even a question. Yeah. Yeah. Critical K would systematically chew her up and spit her out. She would drain her.
Been the scenario since out the gate. This is why I made the leap to say that they were most likely involved in the disappearance of their own daughter from the beginning, because
she just admits that she made the leap. What she just basically, by using the words, I made the leap at the beginning, that these people did something to their daughter, right? Like, I take that like, okay, that means that I skipped over any type of solid evidence and I jumped to this conclusion myself. I leapt to a conclusion. I made the leap. Basically, in other words, you jumped to the conclusion, right? You idiot. So you're admitting that you basically just fucking guess shit. I just guess shit when it comes to real people in their lives. So I just fucking guessed that these people had something to do with the disappearance of their daughter. So I decided to just, based on this fucking guess, to fucking make a road trip out there with 3 other fucking assholes and ruin their lives. More than it's already been ruined. On a guess. This is what this fucking asshole's just admitting right now.
I knew that this would be a point that would eventually come out. I never believed the crap. I mean, all this, all the running around.
You can't see her other hand right now because she's jerking off. Okay?
Don Wells had our team doing. Go look at this person. Go over here. Look at this person. Things that have nothing connected. Nothing whatsoever connected with the case. And of course, we're going to have some, what is this? Yeah, because that's what you do. You lawyer up regardless of innocence or guilt. Really? Then
Absolutely.
Why 9 months into it? Why
9 months into it so that you fucking shut the fuck up? 9 months into it because I've said the same shit over and over again to fucking 20 fucking different law enforcement agents. And I'm tired of it. Like, I honestly can't fucking give you anymore. And with all the fucking pressure from assholes like this and God knows who else, at that point, I wouldn't blame her if she lawyered up. She should have lawyered up a long fucking time ago. But after all this time, I'm fucking said the same shit. I don't know what else you fucking want from me. I can't find a job. I'm going to lose where I live. And you're sitting here fucking asking me the same goddamn questions over and over and over again. Take the fucking answers I gave you and find my daughter. Leave me alone. I don't know how else I can help you. So just to get some peace, fuck yeah. Have somebody speak for you. Have somebody answer questions for you. At this point, after all the shit this woman and her 3 other fucking idiot friends fucking put this woman through, I don't blame her in the slightest bit.
not at the beginning? That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense.
If
you're going to lawyer up, you lawyer up in the beginning. You don't lawyer up at the.
Says the person that fucking sat there with a fucking bullhorn and tried to sue the Laundrie family over a sign in their yard, all because they lawyered up. Says the person who now has a Florida law passing based on her actions, the very first ever anti-Karen law based on her actions, because the Laundrie family lawyered up from the beginning. Asshole.
This point in time. You lawyer up this point in time when you realize there might be some evidence that can be used against you. That doesn't even make sense. You look like a fool.
I call it the wheel.
Anyways, getting back to this, Canada was just on vacation.
And she says that like, she says that to the person in her chat like they're stupid. You know, like she knows what the fuck she's talking about, which it just fucking proved why she fucking doesn't. And she's talking to this other person like they're fucking stupid.
How law enforcement don't tell her anything. Law enforcement doesn't tell anybody anything, whether you're innocent or guilty. And, parents don't typically. Did Michael Vaughn's parents lawyer up? Did they?
No, but Brian Laundrie's did.
I'm curious. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. So get a lawyer too. Yeah, I would get a lawyer if I was in their position. I absolutely would. But that's
Okay, so shut the fuck up.
because they are guilty. They're guilty of sin. You know, people that typically, are you entitled to a lawyer?
No, asshole. So here she is basically trying to say that if you're innocent, you don't get a lawyer. You only get a lawyer if you're guilty. No, stupid. No, stupid. No, stupid. Because you better fucking believe that if I'm going to be cooperative with law enforcement from the start, but when it starts to smell like I'm getting a little push and my integrity is being questioned, I'd like a lawyer. I think it's best now that I have a lawyer speak for me. But thank you. I mean, yeah, dude, like, of course, innocent or guilty, that's the smartest thing you do. Let me find something else here real quick. See if I can find this. I don't even know if I can find it, but this is real important, guys. Best legal advice you'll ever get from an attorney right here. Okay?
Mark and Craig, Pop Brothers at Law. We've been warning people, if you are working for an unlicensed dispensary, an illegal dispensary, and it gets raided, you need to shut the fuck up. If you shut the fuck up, you have a good chance that we can make the case go away. Case in point, 3 employees of an illegal shop were busted during a raid. 2 of them said, "Oh, I'm just volunteering here." The third guy shut the fuck up. And the DA did not prosecute the guy who shut the fuck up. They can't prove what you were doing there. If you're a customer, a patient, walked in to go to the bathroom, they don't know. You got to shut the fuck up, and it's Shut the Fuck Up Friday. So review the script. What do you say when the cop first pulls you over?
Why'd you pull me over?
And when he keeps asking questions?
Not discussing my day.
And they ask more questions?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
And if detained, what do you say?
I invoke the 5th.
And then what do? You
shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up Friday. Never answer questions when the cops ask.
Have safe holidays.
There you go. There you go. It's as simple as that, people. Simple as that. Innocent or guilty, that's what you do. Okay? Any questions? Direct them to my attorney.
You absolutely are. You absolutely are. But why are they getting a lawyer right now? Why now? One day after this weird search where people heard some stuff in the chatter, I came out and said, you know, we may not have been hearing stuff on that channel. I believe that they would have been on a secret channel that wasn't being monitored. Exactly. Go fill up their Cash App. They're innocent until proven guilty. It looks like they're going to be proven guilty pretty soon. It looks like things are the link where the sheriff says that are not cooperating.
I love that. So she's jumping to another conclusion now. Now they're going to be proven guilty based on that. That looks like they're going to be proven guilty. What? So based on what? That they stopped talking to law enforcement, which they didn't. Candace denies it. Grandis denies it. So why would they talk to every fucking YouTuber and not the cops? How does that make any sense, people? Make it make sense.
Here's the link, guys, for those folks that love to call me a liar. Very sure. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Robin. I love Miss Robin, by the way. Yep. And JLR is running with it. I am now officially running with it. So this veil that these parents, these disgusting, despicable parents are innocent, and shame on each and every person that donated to their fund. These people that are responsible for the disappearance of their own child, you have some explaining to do. You have some explaining. You got sucked in. You got manipulated by these YouTubers that had.
Okay, let me explain something to you. You did this shit, not me. You did this shit. This is what's really funny. You did this shit. Because I would have never, ever, ever started a commissary fund for Don if these people hadn't got him fired from his job and they didn't show up to his house hollering and carrying on. I never would have done that. 90% of the reason why I did that, I'm almost ashamed to admit, 10% of the reason was because I felt bad for the guy. I felt bad. But the other 90% was because I just wanted to piss them off. I wanted to get that reaction. I wanted to prove that a kind act would piss off shitty people. Again, troll level expert.
Ulterior motives. And of course, the person screaming loud enough about me, right, are the ones at fault here. You guys paid people. You guys were sitting there saying, oh, it's all about Summer Wells. Well,
holla.
Here we go. I don't know. We would think that they would have came out by now if they found her body. Yes.
I guess it was all about Summer Wells when she was e-begging that entire time for her wish list and e-begging the entire time for money because her work costs so much money. The work that what she considers work, by the way, people, just a reminder, is harassing people and getting them fired from their job and fucking trying to troll school boards when they don't even have any kids. So that's what they consider work, by the way, people. Just so you know.
This was per Ronnie Lawson's own words, that Don and Candace aren't cooperating and have lawyered up. So they may have very well found something yesterday. They very well may have. Again, we don't know the details. I'm not going to sit here now that this case is starting to heat up a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and speculate any further. I want to just bring straight facts about this case as we start moving forward through this process. It sounds like something big is coming down. When the parents start lawyering up, that means they have in fact been questioned about something.
No, they have not in fact been questioned about something. That's just some shit that you are making up and spewing out of your asshole. That is on your face. That is the only thing that you're doing right now. None of anything that you're saying is fact. Because now we have conflicting stories, don't we? We have Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, who she said herself, her words, the police, they're humans. They make mistakes all the time. Her words, not mine, hers. They're humans. They make mistakes all the time. But now his word is gospel because it fits her narrative in some way, shape, or form. It's the narrative. It's something that she can use to get a nice little spin on her narrative. It's convenient for her. Plain and simple. It's convenient for her and her bullshit. To now say that Sheriff Ronnie Lawson who she's been saying has been completely incompetent this entire time. That Sheriff Ronnie Lawson is a human being and he makes mistakes just like anybody else. But now what he says is gospel. And what's funny is I would believe Sheriff Ronnie Lawson had Candace or Grandis going on camera for the first time ever regarding this case. Went up there just to say, I don't know why he said that. Candace gives us an official statement to that news source and says, I don't know why he said that. I have not lawyered up. And I've been talking to them whenever they want. I don't understand why he would say that. Complete and total denial of what Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said. So, but now, since it's convenient for her bullshit to be spewed, now Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, who made mistakes and was incompetent, now whatever he says is gospel. Okay.
So we're going to start. Yes, Georgia. Yes. I have been common sense. I have been blocked. Well, you're not blocked because you're writing right now. So just to let you know, common sense, we're all seeing you. So you're not blocked. You're not blocked. I do hope they did find something. I really, really super hope they found something. But listen, guys, I can't stay on here long. I just wanted to break this while my video takes a lot longer to upload. It's like 30-second video saying exactly what I'm saying right now, but it takes like 20 minutes to upload. So when I started seeing that, I figured I'd just pull over and, come on here live and let you guys know what's going on. It looks like this case might actually start heating up here in the next few months. So we are going to monitor this case very, very closely. Believe that. This is some interesting news. This is some breaking news. And, it's starting to fall into place what we've been saying for quite some time. So with that, guys, I wish I could stay here and talk, but this is about justice for Summer Wells. Justice for Summer Wells. Sorry for my...
This woman is beyond dumb.
Big old finger, but I got my camera opposite way. We want to make sure from this point forward, we bring factual information as this case starts heating up. Factual information. The speculation is out the window. And the reason why is because
The speculation is out the window. Is it really? Because all you've done up here is speculate the entire time. Actually, you've just basically just spewed out a bunch of bullshit with nothing to back it up.
I truly believe there are breaks in this case. I'm starting to feel it in my gut. I'm starting to feel it in my heart. And so we're going to start monitoring this, and I'm going to bring to you guys every bit of information that I'm digging up and finding out related to Summer Wells. I promise you, I will be breaking it as soon as I hear it. I will be live. I will be telling you guys what is going on as I get the information. So that is my message for the people that have come after me and attacked me over bringing information about this case to light. And for the rest of you guys, I love each and every one of you for hanging out with me and being with me and supporting me. So I will be bringing this information to you as soon as possible. We will get to the bottom of this, but this illusion that has been painted to the minds of the people that follow this case, that Don and Candace have been cooperating, has been a flat lie.
It's not.
Flat lie. They are not cooperating.
It's not because law enforcement confirmed it.
Opportunity to cooperate.
Not a lie because law enforcement confirmed it more than once.
They have lawyered up. So with that, I love you guys. You guys
That's
are
your
beautiful
message to me?
people, and we need to start working on
you could do
hopefully
better than
these
that.
parents finally being held responsible and being put behind bars where they belong. God bless each and every one of you.
She acts like there was an arrest made. Like, no, dude. Dude came out there and he was like, they're not cooperating right now. They have attorneys. That could mean anything, too. That could mean anything. That could mean, hey, right now, I mean, That doesn't, that right there, that right there, like she prior to that, she's going, that proves that they have not been cooperative and that was a lie. No, dude. He just said right now. He specifically said right now. So, and then you contradicted yourself and was like, oh, well, they lawyered up now. Why would you lawyer up now? That's stupid. You lawyer up at the beginning. So which one is it? You boob? Like, which one is it? Yeah. Like, Amber says she acts as if there's no such thing as an abduction in cases where the parents have a bad past. It's possible. It happens every single day, sadly. Most people have a bad past. Dude, can you imagine? Imagine if bullshit boob had a kid, right? Let's Wayne's World this shit. And imagine that bullhorn boob has a kid and that kid goes missing. What do you think people are going to think when they pull up her record? What do you think people are going to think? Dude, she would be destroyed on the internet. And guess what? Unless I had some evidence that actually connected her to something that was a disappearance of her child, I would be up here defending her. I would be up here defending her, going, dude, you don't have shit. You've got somebody with a past. That's all you got. But guess what? The whole fucking world, everybody out there just like her, would be hanging her in the town square of YouTube. And I would be defending her. Crude AF would have been defending her. Burnt Toast would have been defending her. Well, not necessarily, because she doesn't do true crime. She'd probably just be covering another Lowe's cow, which is great. But Kraken Cases would be defending her. Penny would be defending her. I mean, this is somebody who's up here acting like she's this professional person and she's so fact-based, right? That she spins the rumor about Benny and Candace having some sort of inappropriate relationship while Don's in jail. That's responsible YouTubing, really? When you just heard some asshole say that, and so you jumped all over it and blasted it all over your channel? That's fucking crazy to me, dude. All right, guys, I hate to do this to you, but we're going to go over MGL too. But at least it's sped up. It's one of Hartley's videos, so bear with me here. And it's a quick one too, so. Well, and it's not sped up. I apologize. But it is only 3 minutes. So I'm sorry, guys, but we're doing it. We're doing it. Be Botanical, thank you so much. Let's see. She is too self-centered to think from anyone else's perspective. We need less like her. Thank you for standing up for the truth and not lies. Thank you for being somebody with common sense and listening to it and not listening to that shit. That I appreciate. Everybody here appreciates that.
Miss Mayonnaise over there is living it up, hanging out in hotel rooms, going live, being a freak in the sheets. Oh, I just love Benny. I love. She was like, I can't wait until my Benny comes and lives with me. So I said, hold up, wait, Hawkins County, what?
Thank you again, Be Botanical, so much. I adore you and Cherry. We adore you too. Thank you.
TBI, what? What do you mean they're still looking for this little girl? A little girl named what? A little girl.
Like, this is really, really grown up, man. This is really grown up behavior. This is some life coach caliber fucking behavior, dude. I'm really, really proud of her right now.
Named Summer Wells. You talk about that cute little 5-year-old little blonde girl.
She's 6 now.
Walking around.
Just so you know.
Oh, I thought we forgot about her.
You know the 6-year-old that you threw an absolutely inappropriate birthday party for? Remember that? Idiot? Asshole?
No, we did not forget. We certainly did not forget. Even that Mama's acting like a hoe. And I don't love Danny no more.
Says the person who literally acted as a prostitute on some stupid fucking reality show. Who literally claimed to be a prostitute. Telling somebody that they're acting like a hoe.
Ooh,
Brilliant.
I'm so surprised. We're so surprised. So I'm sitting here thinking, you know what, Molly? Whatever you, this bitch thinks it's all over. She thinks it's all over.
She's talking about Candace, by the way, people.
So possibly
I should have cleared that up. So right now what she's doing is she's talking about Candace. Very immaturely, I might add.
Donnie boy. Don Knotts over there found out that Candace, like, oh no, I can't be having him up on the hill. It's a beautiful wife. How's it gonna look? Well, if Candace is allowed to panel hop, I want to panel hop too. It's my right.
What the fuck is she talking about?
It's my right. I know I'm in jail, but what does that have to do with the internet?
Dude, people super chat that shit. That's crazy that there's people with money that think that that's worth fucking paying for in some way, shape, or form. Can you imagine the kind of mind that has a bank account that they can afford to spend money on that? Like, that's like paying for a fucking pest problem, a pest control problem. You know what I mean? It's like, that's like, oh, I can finally get those cockroaches in my house to where I can never get them out. Fuck. Yes. Take my money, cockroaches, please.
I didn't kill no one. They haven't proved I killed anybody. I got 7 alibis. This bitch got none. She's going down. Hello?
Okay, now he did say, I got 7 alibis. Candace ain't got none. Now, what he meant to say, anybody with any common sense whatsoever understands that, first of all, you can only have one alibi, because an alibi is a story that keeps you from where the place, where it took place, where the incident took place. That's what an alibi is. You can only be in one place at one time. So, Into the Wild Blue, thank you so much. Let's see. Thanks for being the voice of reason in an otherwise unreasonable society. Much love, Will, mods, chat, and the true crime community. Love you too, but we do real crime here. Yeah, we're still on that, Cherry.
Oh, let her go down. Let her go down.
Okay, so finishing that thought, yeah, it's obvious anybody with a brain understood that Don used the wrong word and meant to say witnesses. So, I mean, obviously, you can only be in one place at one time. You can't, you know.
Hard. We must do this quickly. It's live yesterday. Oh, did she now? And they both seemed so mad and irritated. She said, "This is a bad day for this."
Cherry, you haven't gotten that typo thing fixed on your phone yet? Cherry keeps meaning to write real crime and she keeps writing true crime. By accident. I don't know. You haven't gotten that typo fixed on your phone? That whatever's wrong with your phone that making you get those typos. Kelsey 206, thank you. You're gonna need some ibuprofen after that. Oh man, I love you guys.
And I think maybe BK knows something and they are both afraid now. Listen. Listen. Okay, have I been a #1 supporter of Burger King going in and moving in and tapping that ass to find out where the girl is and then taking that 74?
Wow. All class, dude. Life coach caliber shit right there, people.
$4,000 and winning it and taking off? Yes, but that comes with, something. I want to see the bitch in jail. I want to find out where this little girl is. Don't you think she needs a proper burial? I don't know about you.
She is clearly intoxicated.
What the hell is that?
Clearly intoxicated. So here she is, absolutely and totally fucking, I don't know what she's on, probably just drunk, but she also has an alcoholic living in her house that she has been using for content and blaming the world for enabling him, but yet here she is fucking shit-faced around the guy. Awesome. That's fucking awesome. Good for you, Molly. But Molly did one good thing today. Molly is advocating for missing and exploited children because you get this beautiful merch now with her mugshot, sending a positive message to everyone to not be a dumpy dump. Showing us the example of what not to be or do. And all the proceeds are going from that merch. All of the profit, anyway, is going to the Center for Missing and Exploited Kids. So, yes. She's a hero, bro. Guys, she's a hero. Just saying. Get that dumpy dump beater merch. Yeah. Yeah. Share it. Post that shit in your social media for anybody who, if you're in private groups discussing these fucking idiots, post that link in there, man. Absolutely, dude. Because these folks are going to make a difference. Whether they fucking want to or not, they're going to make a difference. Well, she had to have, Tammy. Okay, I just put that together because I'm a genius. She had to have, because you can actually set your super chats to be like a fundraiser thing, and then you can pick something that YouTube has listed as a charity. So if you clicked on that, it said, donated to the Center for Missing and Exploited Kids. So she absolutely, she had no choice but to. And I don't know if it was 57K. I mean, I don't think she raised 57K that day. Oh, 7K. Sorry, I read that wrong. But yeah, $7,000. Yeah, I mean, she had to have. It was automatically donated through YouTube. But well, she's gonna contribute some more. The fundraising is not going to stop from Molly. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that Ernie dude. I don't even know. I know that Benny's been talking about him, but I'm always lost when he's talking about it because I don't know who he is. It's just some guy that he shits all over and wears a Crocodile Dundee hat. That's all I know. Yes, this dog is real. Yes. Say hi, Panda. Hey, Panda. Is the dog real? You don't see her sitting here breathing? What's up, baby girl? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. I love you. I love you. You're such a pretty girl. Yeah, I got this toy dog that yawns and breathes all the time. That's I just keep a toy dog behind me, you know, just sorry, I don't mean to be sarcastic. I always mean to be sarcastic. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not Ernie. It's supposedly, isn't it Hunter's dad that has like a fake panda or something? I don't know. I talked to that dude on somebody's panel and I was just like, what am I doing, dude? Like, this guy's talking about his kids being taken away. And I'm just like, nobody needs to be knowing none of this shit, dude. Like, why are you even here talking about this case? You don't know anything about the case. Like, you're on YouTube because why? Because you're Hunter's dad and that's it. Like, what the fuck are you doing on YouTube for? What? What is your purpose of being on YouTube? For what? Like, to get attention? Yeah, probably. Yeah, man. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I got some wine to drink. My battery's low and I don't feel like plugging this thing in. But let's see. Be Botanical. Thank you again. Wow. Ernie was with Rescue the Children. He was involved in a murder with his brother of a mayor. Last night, Ernie busted with meth on the highway. Wow. Man, these are some, yeah, isn't that Blowhard's new buddy to panel up with? Oh man, dude. You man, come on, keep going. Bullhorn boob, just keep on. Keep it up. You are on a roll. You are just knocking them out of the park. Heels in the air. The HNX. What's the HNX? I feel like you're not getting your $5 worth. Thank you, by the way. But what's HNX? I don't know what HNX is. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier today. That he's the only one that would tolerate her. That's what I'm saying. Is anybody, any reputable YouTuber is either never going to have her on their channel or they're going to tear her apart on their channel. They're going to just, the questions that I would have if she came up here. Oh my God, the questions. Oh my God. Can you imagine if she went on Burnt Toast channel? Can you imagine, people, what that would be like? That would be the most glorious live stream of all time. But that's never going to happen. So she has to go to, like, you know, the trap houses of YouTube. That's where she's going. She's going to the trap houses of YouTube to promote her channel. Oh my God, dude. All right. Panda, good girl. You pretty girl. That's it for me, guys. I love you guys very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends. Dude.